Who was Tyler Jarrell and what was his story? What happens when a day of excitement and fun turns into a nightmare? And how did a ride at the Ohio State Fair become synonymous with tragedy and loss? In order to answer all of these unforeseen questions, we're here with another exciting video. Welcome to a tragic tale that shook the nation and broke the hearts of many on today's video of our YouTube channel. The Ohio State Fair, a place of joy and excitement, turned into a scene of terror and devastation on July 26, 2017, when a ride known as the Fireball malfunctioned, sending riders flying through the air. One of those riders was Tyler Jarrell, an 18-year-old who had just enlisted in the United States Marine Corps. Tyler was on the Fireball with his girlfriend Keziah Lewis when disaster struck. The ride suddenly broke apart, and Tyler was thrown more than 50 feet into the air before landing on the ground. The horrifying incident claimed Tyler's life and injured several others, leaving the fairgrounds in a state of shock and mourning. The Fireball had been a mainstay of the Ohio State Fair for years, but in a single moment, it became synonymous with tragedy and loss. As the investigation into the incident unfolded, it became clear that the ride's manufacturer had a history of safety violations, and questions were raised about the state's regulatory oversight. The story of the Ohio State Fair Fireball disaster is a cautionary tale about the importance of safety, accountability, and the devastating consequences that can occur when those values are ignored. Stay with us till the very end of this video as we explore this harrowing event and remember the young man whose life was tragically cut short by the Fireball. But before jumping straight into the video, if you haven't yet subscribed to our channel, then do be sure to do so by giving it a big thumbs up and sharing this video with your friends and family. So without any further ado, let's get into it right now. Every summer, thousands of people flock to the Ohio State Fair, ready to indulge in the rides, food, and games that make this annual event a beloved tradition. But in 2017, the excitement of the fair was shattered by a horrifying incident that claimed the life of one young man and left several others injured. This is the story of the Ohio State Fair Fireball disaster and the tragedy that changed everything. The Fireball ride was a popular attraction at the Ohio State Fair, a spinning ride that lifted riders into the air while spinning them around at high speeds. But on that fateful day in 2017, something went terribly wrong. Eyewitnesses reported hearing a loud bang before the ride broke apart, sending riders flying through the air. Tyler Jarrell was in one of the seats that broke loose, and he was thrown more than 50 feet before landing on the ground, and unfortunately, he was pronounced dead at the scene. The incident shocked the state of Ohio and made headlines across the country. Tyler's family and friends were devastated by his sudden and tragic death, and they struggled to make sense of what had happened. As investigators began to look into the cause of the accident, it became clear that the ride's manufacturer, KMG, had a history of safety violations. In fact, just a few months before the Ohio State Fair incident, another Fireball ride in Tennessee had malfunctioned, injuring several riders. Despite this, the Ohio State Fair had allowed the ride to continue operating without any additional safety measures in place. The tragedy sparked a debate about amusement park safety and the responsibilities of ride manufacturers and park operators. Many argued that stronger regulations and oversight were needed to prevent similar incidents from happening in the future. In the aftermath of the Ohio State Fair Fireball disaster, Tyler's family launched a lawsuit against KMG and the state of Ohio. The lawsuit alleged that the ride was defective and that the state had failed to ensure its safety. The case was eventually settled for $1.8 million, but the pain and loss felt by Tyler's loved ones will never truly be compensated. The Ohio State Fair Fireball disaster was a wake-up call for the amusement park industry and a heartbreaking reminder of the consequences that can occur when safety is not a top priority. Tyler Jarrell will always be remembered as a young man whose life was cut short by a tragic and preventable accident. This was all about the tragic story of the Ohio State Fair Fireball disaster that claimed the life of Tyler Jarrell. This devastating event serves as a reminder of the importance of safety measures and regulations at public events and amusement parks. Our thoughts go out to the family and friends of Tyler, as well as the others that were impacted by this terrible accident. Do you have any additional tips or advice to add as to what was covered in this video? We'd love to hear your thoughts. What other topics would you like to see us cover in future videos? Let us know in the comments down below so we can create content that's relevant to you. We hope that this video has helped shed light on what happened that day and serves as a tribute to Tyler's memory. As always, we must prioritize safety and take necessary precautions to prevent similar tragedies from happening in the future. Thank you so much for watching this video.